The personal staff, the first department of the Supreme Command, sort of the top office of the whole organization, and naturally had much to do with the work of all the subordinate departments. Thus, when the question is asked, how many persons in the SS had something to do with the concentration camp program, it's a question which I think is impossible to answer. It's, you may point out how many persons were involved in the death head units who originally furnished the guard details. You might estimate how many persons were in the Allgemeine SS, but to say just what percentage of the whole organization was involved in that program is something which I find myself unable to do.
That one or other branch of the SS provided the whole of the staff of the concentration camps?
By the staff, I take it you mean guards at the camp, the camp personnel. You can't do that. For example, the death head units originally started off as being the units which furnished all the guard personnel. Subsequently, their task was taken over by members of the Allgemeine SS.
Well, those are both branches of the SS?
Both branches, yes, yes. Now, with respect to the camp commandants, for instance, normally all high-ranking officers in the SS were members of the Allgemeine SS. So, doubtless, such personnel would be drawn from that branch. The SS, as far as I know, is the only organization which played a part in the concentration camp picture, except at the very end of the war, when I think, as Colonel Story showed yesterday, some members of the SA were also involved as guard personnel of concentration camps.
You know the total personnel at the end of the war in the SS?
Of the entire SS?
The SAS.
That is something you would have to estimate. I quoted to the Tribunal yesterday the figures that Dalton gave as to the strength of the Allgemeine SS in 1939. He said then that there were about 240,000 men in the Allgemeine SS. There were, at that time, about 4 regiments of death head units, directing the use of all males captured in guerrilla fighting in the East for forced labor. The Keitel directive appears on page 1 of the translation. I shall read only the Himmler directive appearing on page 2 of the translation. 1. Chief of the personal staff of the Reichsfuehrer SS. 2. SS main office. 3. Reich Security main office. 4. Race and Resettlement main office. 5. Main office ordinary police. 6. SS Economic Administrative main office. 7. SS Personnel main office. 8. Main office SS Court. 9. SS Supreme Command Headquarters of the Waffen SS. 10. Staff Headquarters of the Reich Kommissar for the Consolidation of Germanism. 11. Main Office Center for Racial Germans. 12. Office of SS Obergruppenführer Heismeyer. 13. Chief of the Guerrilla Fighting Unit. End of quote. I point out to the court that every one of the main officers appearing on the chart is a recipient of that directive. The next addressees are the higher SS and police leaders in the various regions. I continue to quote the body of the directive. Quote, to figure 4 of the above-mentioned order, I order that all young female prisoners capable of work are to be sent to Germany for work through the agency of Reich Commissioner Schutzsaffeln. Children, old women, and men are to be collected and employed in the women's and children's camps established by me on estates as well as on the border of the evacuated area. Close quote.